Vikram Naidu is an Interpol officer in Dubai who suffers from anger management and nightmares about a riot that took place in 1984 in New Delhi, in which his mother was killed when he was 10 years old during a mission to save an Indian business mogul's son along with Priya. Vikram's steadfastness in the mission causes the boy to get killed. After this incident, Vikram develops a guilt complex and becomes wild with rage, where he eventually breaks up with Priya. 5 years later, Vikram has retired from the Interpol and works as a freelance agent occasionally, helping the Interpol with their missions. During a session with his psychiatrist Dr. Iyer, Vikram tells that Priya has moved back to India and joined the NCB in Mumbai. He also reveals to her that he received a call from his estranged sister and corporate businesswoman Anupama Anu Nair, who runs the business conglomerate Nair Group. After 20 years, Vikram leaves to Uti and reminisces his life of getting adopted by Anu's father, Nagendra Naidu, who was a colonel in the Indian Army, and saved him from getting killed in the riots. Years later, Anu got separated from the both of them, as Naidu denied her relationship with the business mogul named Ashok Nair. As a result, Naidu's health deteriorated. On his deathbed, Naidu made Vikram promise that he will protect and look after Anu. After reaching Anu's estate in Nudi, Vikram meets Anu, who reveals that she was receiving death threats and fears that her daughter Aditi is in danger, as her personal bodyguards are also not trustworthy. Anu requests Vikram to protect Aditi, where Vikram tells her to appoint him as Aditi's bodyguard. Vikram begins his investigation by checking into Ashok Nair's family. While Anu leaves for a business trip, Vikram slowly begins to change Aditi's behavior and habits. Aditi and her friends divert Vikram and leave for a trip to Goa. While partying with her friends, Aditi and her friends are sedated and kidnapped, but Vikram, having learned of their location, narrowly saves them. Later, Aditi reveals that she knows about Vikram. One day, Vikram and Aditi are attacked in a bomb blast, which was meant for Aditi at Anu's estate. Anu gets killed in a car accident. It is revealed that after the mission in Dubai, Vikram went on a killing spree and had vanquished many gangsters and criminals in the underworld, where he was referred as Ghost. The remaining gangsters and criminals began to get scared of Vikram's rampage and later surrendered to him, who spared them, having survived the blast. Vikram and Aditi escape with Priya, where they also learn about Anu's death. Priya meets Vikram and reveals that the attack was orchestrated by Scorpion, who runs a business of human trafficking, assassinations, and narcotics. Vikram and Priya suspect Anu's brother-in-law Pankaj Nirav hiring Scorpion and hack his phone, only to learn that the company's shareholder Harish and Suran Group heir Siddhant Nair were involved in the attacks on Aditi and Anu. Having guessed that Anu's shares in the company will be nominated too, Aditi, and that 70% of the board of directors would transfer the shares to Suran Group and merge the company with them. Vikram makes Aditi reveal herself of being alive and manages to cancel the meeting. Scorpion learns about Vikram's past from his father Lala, whose family became his victims during his rampage. Vikram, Aditi, and Priya interrogate Harish and learn about Scorpion's farmhouse in Narsapur, Karnataka. Priya heads to Scorpion's farmhouse, while Vikram heads to Siddhant's house with Harish, having learned of Vikram's identity. Siddhant attacks Vikram, where Harish is killed in the crossfire. After an intense combat, Vikram manages to subdue and kill Siddhant. However, Vikram is surrounded by Lala's right-hand man, Sadhu, and his men. But Lala tells them to leave Vikram as he received a video of Scorpion getting tortured by Priya. Lala arrives at the church in Goa, where Scorpion is kept, and begs Vikram to release him. Lala reveals that Anu is alive and had survived the accident, where he kept her alive as a bargaining chip. knowing fully that the need will arise. Lala's men bring Anu to the church, while Vikram throws Scorpion's severed head to him, enraged and distraught. Lala launches a full-on assault on Vikram and Priya. However, Vikram and Priya gain the upper hand and kill Lala and his men. Anu reunites with Adithi and rejoins the company by merging Saran Group into Nair Group, where she appoints Pankaj as the chairperson of Nair Group. In the aftermath, Vikram and Priya converse with Adithi as she is now admitted in Cambridge University